Doug Kide here at Gillette Stadium for this week's video mailbag, and let's get right into the questions. This first question comes from Chris, and he asked, with the Seahawks only scoring 12 points while having some O-line issues, how do you think the offense will fare with an inexperienced offensive line? The Seahawks did play the Dolphins, Patriots week 2 opponent, in week 1. I think the Patriots will fare a little bit better. We're still not sure whether Nate Solder will be able to suit up in this game on Sunday, but having him back certainly would help. Perhaps Shaq Mason with his broken hand also could see a little bit more time at right guard, but I think the Patriots are pretty smart about the way they handle their offense. They use some design plays, some screens, some fake screens to kind of throw off the opposing defensive line. Miami Dolphins defensive line also won't be quite as stacked this week. Mario Williams has a concussion that could force Cameron Wake into a few more snaps there on defense. So while the Patriots offensive line certainly is a concern, they were pretty good in that week 1 game, especially in pass protection. Run blocking could still use some work, but I think we will see that improve a little bit here in week 2. Second question comes from Kevin Valentine, who asked, if the Patriots go 4-0 with Garoppolo, do we trade him to Cleveland for their number 1 pick? That is a very good question. How do the Patriots value Jimmy Garoppolo if he does continue to perform well in these preseason games? I don't know if it's worth trading a guy who could be a potential franchise quarterback for the number 1 pick, for a first-round pick like they could get from the Cleveland Browns. A lot of people obviously do want the Patriots to trade Garoppolo. They don't want to see Tom Brady go, but Garoppolo is 15 years younger than Brady. Franchise-type quarterbacks don't exactly grow on trees. The Patriots know that pretty well based off the backups that they have drafted, that they have brought in, and who have not gone on to success on other teams. So that is kind of the million-dollar question about whether the Patriots would trade Garoppolo and whether a team would be willing to give up what it would take to get Garoppolo. Garoppolo certainly was impressive in week 1. I guess we'll probably just have to wait and see in the next 3 weeks how Garoppolo performs to find out whether the Patriots would or would not be willing to trade him. Final question here comes from Christian Gray. He asked, should we strengthen our wide receiver core, or do you think it's good enough to hand out L's in the playoffs? I don't think they need to strengthen the wide receiver core. I think the wide receiver core is just fine. I think that it really helps to have a guy like Malcolm Mitchell, the rookie, in there. The Patriots definitely trusted in week 1. He played 55 snaps. He had 5 targets, caught 2 of them. I thought he looked good. He made some rookie mistakes, but overall solid performance. Danny Amendola didn't play that many snaps in that game, though he did get quite a few receptions. So they're pretty stacked there at the top with Julian Edelman, Hogan, Chris Hogan, Malcolm Mitchell, and Danny Amendola. And their practice squad, they've got 3 receivers. They've got DeAndrew White, they've got Devin Street, Devin Lucien. So I think that if something did happen to one of those top receivers, one of those guys from the practice squad would probably come up. It would probably be Devin Street. He had some NFL experience with the Cowboys last year, looked pretty good out there. So having some experience there on the practice squad certainly helps. I don't think they need to address that position via trade. I think that Hogan's going to be very good, Edelman's going to be good, Mitchell has a great future, and Amendola is pretty dependable. So that will do it for this week's mailbag. Keep it on NESN.com for all of your Patriots news and analysis.